Alright guys, so I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just now starting a new program today. It's going to be kind of similar to what I've done in the past. It's been a while since I've kind of been back to my strength program and hypertrophy program. I've mostly just been doing just balls to the wall, failure shit. But basically this is going to be something that I'm going to start. Me and my buddy Mladen are starting together. And we're going to have 2 power days, upper, lower, a rest, and then basically have some hypertrophy days. But we've kind of changed some stuff up, rep ranges and stuff. We're kind of playing with a few things, and I'll get really a lot more into depth. But today I'm going to start that. So today is Wednesday, and today will be more of back shoulder hypertrophy. So that's what we're going to start. I'm going to film a little bit of this, and then I'm going to post it up for you guys to kind of watch, and maybe you guys can kind of join in with me and Mladen. I think it'd be something really good for those of you guys that are trying to make a massive transition. It's going to really help. And then for those of you guys that already have some muscle mass and are looking to kind of critique your physique and get stronger, it's going to help. I mean, it's going to help in all areas that you can think of. So really want to try to get really back into it, guys. I mean, I've really been focusing on my career, and when I go to the gym, I feel like I'm just trying to get in and get out, trying to hit it and quit it, as fast as I can, taking it to failure. And that's good for a switch up every once in a while, but you can't just solely focus on that. There's got to be a little science behind it. I mean, you got to hit the proper amount of volume if you want to grow. There's got to be changes and adaptations, and you got to know what to change and what to do if you're not adapting. So this is going to really help with that. So I'm trying to get back into it as far as that goes. Most people will be like, holy shit, get back into it. Like, no, dude, you kill it in the gym. Yeah, I do, but I'm going to get back into more of a scientific approach again, which makes me feel better. And it should make you feel better too, because, I mean, it's like a science, guys. I mean, you're tweaking different variables to see what outcome you can get. I mean, your body is a science project. So anyways, just letting you know about that. Starting that today. See you guys in a bit. All right, guys. First, we're going to start off with overhead press. This is going to be 6 sets of 6. In between, you're going to take about 2 to 3 minutes rest. Starting here with a warm-up of, I believe, 115. And then I'm going to go into my first set here. First set, I went a little too heavy. I feel like I should have kind of backed it off a little bit. But after this first set, I kind of realized, all right, let's back it off a little bit and play with the right percentages here. I'm supposed to be at 70% of my 1 rep max. So I just dropped it down a little bit. As you can see, I was struggling a little bit. So here I backed it off, 135, 70% of that 1 rep max. Got a little easier, so I believe I put on a little bit more weight after this one. Once again, guys, you're taking 2 to 3 minutes of rest. What you want to do is pull your belly button into your spine, tighten your ass as hard as you can, and force your hips through. And that's going to keep everything, nice and tight. Lower body wise is what you're wanting, and keep your core tight and everything. So like I said, it's 6 sets of 6, and this is the main majority of your lift here for shoulders. Alright, so we're moving on to upright rows. With upright rows here, we're in the 8 to 12 rep range. I'm going with, I believe, 70 first off. Now, the biggest thing is, guys, I'm trying to get the feel of everything here. Also, because I'm just starting this new program. I'm not exactly sure where my 1 rep max is. I'm kind of estimating right now, so I've been going up and going down. So I believe I go up a little heavier after this one. So yeah, I jumped to 80, which I probably could have done a little bit more even with the 80. But the biggest thing in here, guys, is keep your core nice and tight. You want to lead with the elbows. Do not let that bar travel higher than the elbows. If you do that, that's really going to hurt your shoulder, and it's really going to hurt your elbows. So once again with this, guys, we're actually doing 3 sets, 8 to 12. Okay, so now moving into side lateral raises. With side laterals, I'm really trying to focus on that the front, the mid, and the rear delt. So You really want to keep your core nice and tight. Try not to sway that much. A lot of people will just grab a bunch of weight and start swaying just to get it up. That's really doing nothing, guys. Try to keep the focus on the shoulder here. Keep your core tight, lower back tight. And you can pretty much turn almost every movement. That you should have every muscle working in your best interest for you. Even if you're focusing on hitting just the delts, you still want your core tight. You know, you might tighten your chest on the way down. You know, you have other muscle groups that are working. So once again here, you can see I'm trying not to sway as much. You are going to have just a tad bit of sway, but keep the swaying to a minimum. Biggest thing to think of, guys, is you want to move the weight. The weight is the most important part as far as getting the volume. Not sacrificing form anyway, to the extent of it looking really sloppy. As soon as it starts to look sloppy, you're going to want to, you know, lighten the weight, make sure that you're actually hitting the muscle that you're trying to hit. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. So as you can see, I kind of got serious here, ripping the shirt off. You know, that's when somebody's getting really serious, is when they're ripping the goddamn shirt off. Now remember here, guys, I'm only going for 45 to 60 seconds rest. I'm really trying to lean more towards that 45 rest. So now we're moving on to incline bench. I threw incline bench in there because it does hit a lot of front deltoids, but at the same time I'm really trying to build my chest as well. So I figured if I can add another movement to hit my chest in a different, you know, in a different workout, it'll just kind of help me slowly get a little more volume. So I am adding incline bench into this. You can add it as well if you'd like. Like I said, it's a really good front deltoid workout as well. So here's incline bench. Yeah, so as you can see, I went 185. Oh, don't you love it when somebody's texting you and you're trying to friggin' work out? It's the most annoying thing, huh? No, it's not that big a deal, but the worst thing that can ever happen to you is you're in the middle of a freaking set, and either you're listening to Pandora and a commercial comes on, or you're in the middle of a set and somebody calls you. That is, oh my god, that's so annoying. Just throws your whole friggin' energy off, throws everything off. So I wish I could just kind of put my phone on friggin' just airplane mode in the middle of my workout, but then of course I wouldn't be able to listen to, like, you know, SoundCloud or anything like that. But same thing as well, I also need to be able to get, people need to be able to get in touch with me. So as you can see, it's starting to get pretty heavy, man. My shoulders are already pretty goddamn fatigued here, but just pushing through it. Okay, so we're on to face pulls. Face pulls are really good. I feel like, once again, it's really important to hit that posterior chain. Everything that we've done thus far has been very anterior dominant. Anterior dominant meaning in the frontal positioning, to where your arms are in front of you. You're using more of your chest, you're using more of your triceps, your shoulders. You know, everything's in front of you. Everything that we do in life, guys, is in front of you. You know, we drive in front of us, we read, we type, we make food. You know, everything we do is in front. This helps kind of counteract that and counterbalance that, and you're hitting that posterior alignment, which is working the muscles in the posterior chain of the body. Okay, and that's going to help with the alignment of your spine. It's going to help your posture. It's going to help with, you know, you having an anterior tilt in your shoulder. You know, if you have a really bad anterior shoulder tilt, have you ever seen like a wrestler to where it just looks like they're hunchbacks as they walk around? That's an anterior tilt of the shoulder. You know, that's something you can correct though, guys. I mean, with hitting those muscles in the back that are inactive, because that's what's going on. Your scapulas are folding out. You need to work the posterior chain so the scapulas get pulled back. So once again, face pulls, Really, really, really love this movement. Not to mention my arms are looking jacked. So after face pulls, guys, I think we go to back, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, yeah, at the end of this we will go into back. So, alright, we'll get one more set of face pulls here. And once again, guys, you're not trying to go crazy with the weight here, okay? You're trying to find a weight to where you can get a full extension of the working muscle and a full contraction of the working muscle, but it's still heavy and it's still exerting. You know, you also don't want to choose a weight that's just because you know you can do it. I see so many people that do that. They'll just they talk themselves out of going to the higher weight because they're like, oh, I can do this with a better feel. Okay, well, that's not always the most important as well. You know, it's a combination of everything. So here I am warming up, seated row. I love seated rows. You want to try to keep everything tight. Pull that belly button to the spine. Okay, you're trying to pull those scapulas together, and imagine as if there was, you know, you're trying to squeeze a pencil together with your shoulder blades in the back. That's what you're trying to do here. So, all right, guys. So we're on to the first set here. Once again, trying to go heavy. Not to the point to where it's making my form sloppy, but it is very exerting, okay? You're really, really trying to put a lot of stress on the muscle that you're trying to work, okay? So, once again, pull that belly button to the spine. Lead with the elbows as you pull back. Pull those scapulas together first and then pull. So many people do this movement wrong. They're just pulling with their biceps. It's very important to roll those scapulas back and try to touch them first before you take off. Then come out and wing the lats. The scapula is what's doing the movement, guys. We want the scapula doing a lot of movement. If you're just pulling with your arms, you're not getting anything out of it, okay? So many people do that wrong. So here we are finishing off. Once again, we got 3 sets here, guys. And, you know, for purposes of trying to get through this video, because this video is already going to be like 30 minutes long, I'm going to try to cut back on a few sets so you guys don't have to watch every friggin' set. But at the same time, I want you to see, you know, every amount of what's going on in here. This is another movement as well that you want to pull with those scapulas. A lot of people do this wrong as well. They're really swaying and pulling their back completely down and just using momentum. Guys, momentum is going to be a helper a little bit, but at the same time, you still want to find a weight where you can get a full contraction and a full extension of the working muscle, okay, and keep relative tension on that muscle, okay. I really like this bar. I don't know why I like it. When I want to do wider, I obviously have to do a conventional bar, but I just love the handles here, and I feel like I get more of a squeeze, you know, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Jesus, my rear delt is popping like crazy. So once again here, guys, we are going for 3 sets. This is an 8 to 12 range. 45 seconds to a minute rest. Try to keep it at that 45 seconds if you can, guys, because this is our higher intensity, fast-paced, higher intensity workout. Our power days will come. That's going to be on Sunday and Monday. That's going to be where we're balls to the wall heavy. Right now, we're not using quite as heavy weight because the rep ranges are a little higher. But really, really try to keep that intensity going. Try to keep that rest down. That's going to help burn some body fat as well. Okay, so here we go. We're going into close grip pull downs. Once again, guys, same thing. Pull those scapulas together. Don't let the arms do all the work. We're working our back here. You know, I can easily sit down and just have my arms do all the work. There's a difference. Okay? Pull those scapulas together. Get a full stretch on that lat at the top. This is my warm-up here, so guys, I'm always trying to do a little bit of a warm-up between, you know, a little bit of warm-up when I first go into a new exercise. I still want to get the feel, you know, and before I start heading on some weight. So now we're going into some weight here, guys. Let's really try to squeeze those scapulas together as hard as we can. This is a 15 to 20 rep range here. Okay, so it's gonna start burning. I'm telling you, after everything we've already done, this is gonna start burning like crazy. I remember this puppy just being on fire. Alright guys, on to one of my favorite lifts ever for back. You don't need a lot of weight for this. This is incline row. You're going to put your chest to the bench, keep everything tight here, and we're leading with the elbows again, getting a full extension, letting those scapulas wing out and then pulling them together. I absolutely love this movement. I feel every muscle in my back working for this movement. And I don't know, man, I love this movement, and the fact that when you're coming down for the extension as the scapulas wing out, I flex my chest, which kind of gives even more of a full wingage of those scapulas. Just working that opposing muscle group as well to get a full extension of the muscle group that I'm actually trying to build. As you can see, I'm not using a lot of weight here, guys. You really don't need a lot of weight here. Keep constant tension on the muscle and get full squeezes here. And this is a higher rep range as well. So remember that. But if you haven't tried these, man, I'm telling you, oh my God, try these. These are so great. It's such a great finishing exercise too. And you can just squeeze those scapulas together, really get a great response as far as turning on some of those satellite cells in the back to get them useful, get them using, so you can start building some more muscle. Because a lot of the times, like I said, posterior chain, a lot of the muscles get turned off because we just don't use our posterior chain all that much. A lot of guys don't deadlift, a lot of guys don't do a lot of back, and if they do, they're doing it wrong. They're more along the lines pulling with just their arms. So start working that posterior alignment. And a lot of people that have anterior tilts in their shoulders and a bad rotation anteriorly of their shoulders, it's because they have inactive muscles in their back, especially up near the scapular region. So, all right, so we're moving on to abs, guys. Abs are pretty self-explanatory. I like to hit a lot of lower abs. I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't target just the lower, just the mid, just the, you can't. But I'm telling you right now, I feel it, and I know that I can. Like I said, I think it's a mind into the muscle thing, and if I'm not really targeting it, and I tell myself in my brain I am, hey, you know what, man, law of attraction, it'll start working for me, and it already has. So, you're gonna do 2 sets. Yeah, I just gave that dude the death stare for walking past my camera when he could have walked around. But you're going to do 2 sets of 10 for each one of these exercises, guys. This is exactly how I finish every workout. 2 sets of 6 to 10 on windmills now. The only reason I say 6 to 10 is because sometimes I'm already just toast. So I at least try to get 6. And I think I was already pretty toast. This has been a long workout. I had been trying to stick to 40 to 60 minute workouts, really trying to get out of there within 40 to 45. And then this was the first day back to where it started taking me a little bit of time. You ought to be able to get out of this, get in and out within an hour and 15, maybe less. And then if you're first starting, maybe more, just to kind of get a feel of certain things. So finishing off here with abs. I try to finish off with abs every workout. I make it very fast paced. I try to not even rest the 30 seconds. I just said 30 seconds on here for you guys. I normally try to go right into it, man, like literally rest 15 seconds and go. So that's pretty much it here, guys, as far as for the workout goes. here in a minute, we're gonna see what I'm weighing, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of where I'm starting. Alright guys, so here I am after the workout. I'm weighing in at about 182 pounds, which is slightly low for me, about 183. Slightly low for me, but watch that scale, man, because it's going to grow like crazy. Alright guys, just got done with day one of the new program. It's basically kind of a modified fat program, if you've ever heard of Lane Norton's fat. It's kind of a modified version of that. Me and my buddy Mladen, my business partner and really good friend, just, you know, we started doing fat probably, I don't know, 2 years ago, I would say. We did it for a very long time, and we saw a lot of gains from it. I mean, a lot of gains. We were probably in some of the best shapes of our lives when we were actually doing fat, but at the same time, both of us really enjoy the classic bodybuilding style workout, like the classic bodybuilding type, and we both really enjoy like the kind of fast-paced, high-intensity, balls to the wall training, like kind of like, you know, I would call it what we call GP style, kind of Greg Plitt style. We both enjoy that, but at the same time, guys, if we're going to be in there, we do want to make sure that we are getting some type of gains as well. I mean, it's very important to me as well that I do continue to you know, climb that ladder and get better. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I mean, it's a form of self-improvement. But at the same time, I do believe that, you know, there's more than just the results. I mean, that you get as far as physically. There's a lot of mental gain as well, psychological gain and emotional gain that you gain from the gym as well. And, you know, so I'm all for any type of training. If it makes you happy and you're doing it because, you know, it's something that it's your stress reliever, or it just makes you feel good, or you love the endorphins, or you just love to get in there and tear it up, you know, I'm all for that, you know. It's kind of like martial arts to me. I believe there are amazing styles of martial arts out there, you know, and it's your choice, and you may fall in love with one, but we do know that you know, MMA works. There's not just one style, there's multiple styles, and combined, and we know what works and what doesn't, and you can learn from every martial art, you can take from every martial art, find what's useful to you and discards what's useless. You know, that's a Bruce Lee ideology, and something that I try to live by as far as, you know, a lot of different aspects of my life. But anyway, so I started the training regimen. I don't really have a name for it yet. We really haven't named it yet. I'm sure we'll come up with a name, but it is a modified version of FAT, which is peripheral hypertrophy adaptive training. And I really think that me and Mladen are going to see some gains out of this. He's moving out here in 2 months, and he just got done hanging out with me for a good 4 or 5 days. He came out and visited, and we both got to talking. We both want to start this program, and in a sense, we're kind of going to battle each other into perfection. You know, like Greg Plitt always said, champions, they come in pairs of two, you know. I truly believe that, because me and Mladen have just watched each other blow up, because we work with each other, and not only working with each other, we're working against each other. We're both pushing each other to get better than the other person, and I've watched this kid just blow up, man. So I'm really excited about this new program that we're both starting. I'm gonna stick to it hardcore because the kid's gonna be out here in 8 weeks, and I got to make sure that that we're both ready to rock, because then when he comes back here, we're just gonna blow it up together, man, and we're gonna see some really good gains, you know, individually, but then when we get with each other, it's gonna be exponential reward when we start working with each other, because I'll tell you what, we literally push ourselves to the absolute max. This program is strength-based, and it's hypertrophy-based, myofibrill hypertrophy, for, you know, those layman terms, the bodybuilding type hypertrophy, bodybuilding type muscle building, and then the strength is going to be the sarcoplasmic type of hypertrophy. We're going to be working in different percentages as far as whatever days or week it is, different percentages in the hypertrophy ranges, and then different percentages in the power/strength ranges. But it's all for growth, guys, and it's all for strength as well. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to start letting you guys follow. I'm gonna post up the videos each week. I'm gonna post up some. You know, I might post a such and such day, a power day, or, you know, a hypertrophy day, what have you. I want you guys to learn as much as possible as far as how to do this program, why you're doing it, and what to do it. So for example, today was shoulder and back hypertrophy. I started with overhead press, doing the power movement right there, the strength movement, right off the bat, except a different percentage. I did a 6x6. I'm going 70% of my 1 rep max. Next week, we'll change it up, and I'll tell you exactly how we're gonna do that. The rest of the workout was a very fast-paced, high-intensity, hypertrophy type workout, 40 to 60 seconds rest, no more for the rest of the exercises. The only thing that I rested for 2 to 3 minutes was that overhead press, just solely due to the fact that I'm trying to gain as much strength and muscle memory as far as the movement goes as I can. And that's the hypertrophy type day. Tomorrow, I have leg hypertrophy, and then I'm gonna hit chest and bicep hypertrophy the next day, take a day off, and then my 2 power days is gonna be Sunday and Monday. I can't fucking wait for those 2 days, because I'm ready to get my maxes up. I'm ready to just get killing it. So I got my macros all in check. Right now I'm sitting at 360 grams of carbs, 252 grams of protein, and 117 grams of fat, for a total of, it's like 3,500 calories. I'm trying to gain a half a pound a week is what I'm trying to do. And I'm gonna stick to it, man. I'm gonna stick to it hardcore. Try to keep my fiber up. Around 30 grams is what I'm hoping to do, and try to keep a gallon of water in at least a day. So that's where I'm sitting right now, guys. I weighed in at 183 pounds today, and I'm looking to just gain, man. I'm looking to see what I can gain. And I'm looking to gain muscle. I'm not looking to gain fat. So I'm doing it right, following the science of it, and just going after it, man. I've got a new goal. I'm excited. Not just showing up in there and just going, which is great too. Like I said, it's great to do that too. But at the same time, man, I want to get back to a little bit of organization and a little bit of structure as far as my training goes. It's been really hard because of, you know, so many auditions I've been doing, and so many jobs I've been doing, and, you know, this commercial and that project, and, you know, this pilot and that pilot, and I'm really trying to focus on my career. But I also got to remember that this fitness is a part of my life too. It's just like anything else, guys. Waking up and changing your underwear, or waking up brushing your teeth, waking up making breakfast. You know, it's part of your daily regimen. You make it part of your daily regimen, you don't stop. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting back into it a little bit more than I was, because I've only been putting about 90% effort into it, maybe 85. Just getting in, maintaining, and going, and I don't want to just maintain anymore. I'm ready to get back to some gains. So hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready to take this ride with me and Mladen, and you can follow and watch our journey on the way. And we got some big surprises coming up as far as IG Fit Life and our pre-workout supplement Valor. We got some new stuff coming to you shortly. We got a lot of big changes and a lot of big things coming as far as IG Fit Life goes too. So I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all, and I got a lot of stuff coming up as far as my career goes too. So all right, guys, until next time, and got my Chipotle in here. See ya.